oh, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. There's a method to the madness, just like there's a lack behind the blandness of deceitful tongues that bear expiration, speaking over nation, beginning new ways, deadly waves that rest in brains, driven to crash and burn, but now it's my turn. Spread life through the unseen from a place of honesty and truth. I take it to a booth to change what's reality quicker than a red and blue suit. We don't need capes to fly, wisdom cries to all men, but there's two sides, material don't birth life. Tears fall from the eyes of the live unconscious and the old regretful, that's a lifespan of pain. Some men blame the clouds and others blame the rain. Some brothers Abel and other brothers Cain. Some drenched in ego, others in shame. Some seek for peace, some seek the fame, but all walk their own way. 110% on my path and purpose to the day of wrath, the day of bloodbaths. Will it be worth it? Maybe more 105 at times. I try not to lie. Riddled with doubt that put my faith above. Even when I spread blood, attempting to hide the gloves, I make it out the bloody wilderness. Hard not to reminisce over trials taken in the abyss. A felon in life, no, more like a villain with strife. I fight things aligned in my sight that go against my plight of truth. We all know an evil tongue will sacrifice a tooth. Greedy old men will step over the youth. When you're sick, ramen's lavish suit. When your only purpose is to make the destination the hoopties a coop. Looked in her eyes and seen God's time. I did say I try not to lie. I understand his ways are not mine. So when she shared the words, I responded real smooth. We start to get loose, I get slight transparent. I realize there's not much to lose. For now it's just her silhouette. So when I move, it's with that 110 mindset. I'm playing with the cards dealt, won't downplay myself. 1, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, huh? Fab, 1, 2. Empty vases got a shine of artificial design. My eyes couldn't deceive me. These are seeds I be receiving. Bloody soil I'm perceiving. Got my feet tangled and weaving. Still not seeing any stands, but it's not stunting on my growth. Still holding on to hope. With pistols I lope. Got a thorn jabbed in my fingers. A trigger for things that are much bigger. Guard as I surpass. Hunting, digging through the grass. Cause a lack of pedals kept my foot on the gas. Silhouettes made out of mire, got a grip on my desire. Bouquet of blooming beauty, a vivid, vibrant movie. Aroma that's producing, love instead confusing. Her palms begotten roses, in her pocket she holds poses. She poses with composure, in spaces I ran races. Places that were phases, and faces that were cases. And all she's ever handed me was empty vases. The value of a vase, the value of a vase, determined on the inside, what's on the inside. Value of a vase, value of a vase, determined on the inside, what's on the inside. Value of a vase, value of a vase, determined on the inside, what's on the inside, on the inside. Is the value of a vase, the value of on a garden. All I see is lovely flowers, where others just see thorns. Drop down and they mourn, knees bruised up and they torn. Pouring tears because the years hunting for roses led them towards deserted urns of wetted thorns. And the dish that had to face it, matter of fact embrace it, was never handed daisies, now I don't even chase it. Here I lay in grass next to lovely empty vases. Lately I've been spending, in my mind been stacking, but really learning lessons inside timely fashion. I've been sending prayers against the formed up weapons. My schedule like Tetris, so slide if you could fit. Could never trust the session if it's lacking soul. Somewhere where the guns blow, the hunters stay low. Miss the gunpowder, flows mad smooth. If you survive, you got a new tattoo. Battle scars the heels of an unsung warrior. Parents screamed on warriors, the story is God's always victorious and glorious. I trust in perfect timing and the power in my rhyming, along with realizing pedestals are shining. More a little dirty, like fresh worms plucked by birds that wake up kinda early. The ones that get up late survive off of crumbs, so every word is worthy. I release, try not to worry. Might grow their head back, Afro samurai. I don't need no jewelry, I'm natural fly. Share my testimony, left them mortified, but there's more that meets the eye. There's more that meets the eye. Come on, let's take a dive, cause there's more that meets the eye. These pictures in my mind give a lot to climb. Away from fast decline, it's 10 cents so you could shine. Not only get on by, I done wasted time on spirits of heavy fog. Dirty dogs and cats often knit. Now I often understood my words is complex. A life filled with content that needs context. Hence my conflict, but also why I'm raw. And if these are last days, I pray the trumpets played by Louis Armstrong. Fat, know what I mean? There's more that meets the eye. Come on, let's take a dive. There's more that meets the eye. Come on, let's take a dive, cause there's more that meets the eye. Come on, let's take a dive, cause there's more that meets the eye. More that meets the eye. Come on, let's take a dive, cause there's more that meets the eye. Sharp tip, drawing red. A color pencil's lead. There. Get spread out for that paper. Damn, it gets spread out on the table. Drawing red. The voice of the Lord thunders, the voice of the Lord hovers upon all the deep waters, upon all the deep waters. The voice of the Lord thunders, the voice of the Lord hovers upon all the deep waters, upon all the deep waters. The voice of the Lord thunders, the voice of the Lord hovers upon all the deep waters. The Lord of the voice thunders, the voice of the Lord thunders. Look who's in my room again. She told me her name is Storms, the boats on the neck adorn. The season she weeps and mourn, the tears flow, they leak and pour. The droplets that trickle tickle my feet as they hit the floor. She cries to the skies with cloudy rumbles of lightning storms. The voice of the Lord flashes, flames of fire force. The voice of the Lord thunders, the voice of the Lord hovers upon all the deep waters. The voice of the Lord thunders.
Oh, I believe in
Ran out of paper to write on, avoid pen, bearing the words. I got my finger in the mud, painting pictures for love, sketching sacrifices, hands getting dirty. No second guessing all these things I be wording. They worthy to settle with shovel, baking soil, placing their roosterless leaves on the roof. These tears not aloof. I see his rainfall, water from my savior, sunshine on my radar. These records is proof. Yes, for the soul, brother, when we in the shade cover, we get rest from these summers. Water flow from clean gutters, it's from truth that we utter. Try to say from things coming. I A life filled with lessons, lessen my ignorance, feel the fire of my arrogance, till the process ended and towers crumbling, tumbleweeds in my personal life, lonely nights knowing only the Lord sees me, past battle the naked eye can't see, eyesights can't view nor shift perspectives, presented opportunities to capitalize as long as I held it down. A lot of them were fights, a pen filled with tears and xylene validated things that I write, heart on my right sleeve, it's only right when I jot, it's personal, a fact I denied years ago, birth darts in my life that were agonizing, I was analyzing cycles of pain and hurt, tranquilizing my hunger, it's not ironic I'm built slim, was holding all that weight in my head, praying for wise and familiar spirit spine, as my flesh called for complying, supplying, the pain in my voice only I heard in my rhyming, yet pride's freely flying, holding trophies y'all call crying, I've had moments where writing wasn't edifying, more like mystifying, what should be clarifying life, but those are bones as old as Betty White, a lost Valentine as I was working on getting right, reflective nights, then back to the business when the birds chirp, it's time to get back to work and break every curse through the confusion and the hurt, a product of broken families, but desires of being a family man, this confliction is just part of the process, along with oppressed blessings due to the stress, compressing promises, overpowering provinces of land, had to fight and wait, not demand, I can't command, even humility is needed to truly stand, my feet are set, legs extended, a foggy field of blessings down below, posture straight upright, blades of grass filled with hope, growing trees soaked with rainfall, mirroring how I'm standing tall, despite the thunders I'm hearing, blossoming as I wait for the fruits of the spirit, God bless those that listen overhearing, lost peers and grew weary, life eerie, now verses signed by yours truly, walking in truth, it's verbally signed by Fabian sincerely. Oh, that's the tape, I'm gonna have to run it back, Fab 4TheSoul now. Another set at the comedy show. Some call life, it's all night, I lift weight. Each rep is just another season. I see life when I raise bars and serve plates. It's called food for thought, baby. I drop bombs of truth through the booze and the laughing off the liquor. Be ashamed if you turn quitter. You wait and you get bigger. Despite of all the snickers, not guaranteed a winner though. And if you moving at a fast pace, you may end at the last place. Too short to lift the last way, go halfway. Standing on the stage and it's time to embrace. Face into a phase and it's time for a wage. ticking at the time and the clock reads it's late. Pressure on the gauge as you fight through the rage. A man in his cage as he gambles his sanity. And it all fades at the end is vanity. Audacity to laugh at me, it's just as insanity. The jokes of life's lips flow out naturally. The timing is the treasure, confusion is the pleasure, and failure is the measure. Inconsistent like the weather. My pen just like a dumbbell, lines heavy like a kilo from the cartel. Ink runs like a wish well, and every single verse serves its truth. That I stay in the booth, I just treat it like the gym, but to release all of the weight, cause life is really funny. Where's the truth hide, man? Where's the truth hide? Where's the truth hide, man? Where's the truth hide? Where's the truth hide, man? Where's the truth hide? The key of gospel in my fingers, no more truthfulness and leaders they be following. The hollow is the words that they be speaking, phony words is what they reading. Little rappers neighbor lies as if water up us fire. It's a whole lot of grade for a little bit of fame getting played by the game. It's a shame there's a stage for those no longer sane. It's a shame, it's a stage for those no longer sane. It's a shame, it's a stage for those no longer sane. It just so happens I'm a writing, holding gifts and holding papers. All my statements put in layman, simply stating true. I do. Where's the truth hiding now? Where's the truth hiding? Where's the truth hiding now? Where's the truth hiding? Where's the truth hiding now? Where's the truth hiding? Where's the truth hiding now? Where's the truth hiding? I see another black cat crossing dark roads. Where did you come from? I think that it's a challenge, none I can't imagine. Some that I can manage. I paint pictures, I suppose, in my voice and I compose. Wavy waves and eyes are closed. Type of fly you cannot close. To the time where the birds sing. I'm talking everything. The sliding, the timing, the writing, the rhyming, the art and the passion, the finding, experience, courage, the weariest, fable, mysterious. Don't get too curious. Step into rhymers cause they can get serious. Where's the truth hiding now? Where's the truth hiding? Where's the truth hiding now? Where's the truth hiding? Where's the truth hiding now? Where's the truth hiding? 1 2 bad. 40 years, baby, barely even writing lately. What I do is for the soul, not prioritizing goals. Inking down my woes and the pain that's on my soul. From a journey, walking roads, lifting heavy loads. They still trying to crack the codes while I'm painting a new system. Drawing brand new rhythms, outlets and new signals. Windows, looking at my destiny. I could kick on less back, I said that. Actually, my preference, I don't need the reference. All this rap stuff is just starting to get effortless. One, two, Fab, for the soul now, Fab 4TS in the man. All my saints commanded, all my lanes are planned, all the blades of grasses. I'm painting pictures, brother. Waving with a purpose, painting in a circus. Laughing at these goofies, swerving in they hoopties. In and out of crossroads, ties grazing curves. In the rain with clouded curses. Teacher with my cursive, pen strokes with my verses. Don't tell me who the first is when the worst is tend to prosper. Like a roster with great coaching. The compass who I foster, this on all imposters. These days it's much softer. Wisdom straight, we lost her. She chants the golden voices, and that's when what the choice is. A coin flip, gamble choices. Like a toss of silver game by folly. Get the counting, I hear the hounding, I hear her howling. Cymbals pounding and sound surrounding. Eardrum shattered, the call of wisdom is one a man should answer. Bad. The pigs are empty, the banks are frozen, the cost of chilies is getting chilly. My gut feeling is getting weary. A deep sigh surrounded by ice, cause life is cold. I see smoke from those who refrigerated hearts playing parts for the dead of bread. Don't look ahead, trying to get the hogs fed, trying to get the fog spread out to those who wages, taking pages, woven cotton, unforgotten skin, get rotten, get the mopping, but there's blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money.
How can they say the world is mine when I had to slave for minimum wage at a 9 to 5?
There's no peace of mind, I just want a peace of mind. Evaporated alkaline, showers over bloodstream, schemes that her screen, stops the squilling from the money farms, holding on the credit cards, the alibi was ice cream. They say the swine gets led, the pockets get fed, and the pork gets bled. The patch gets hungry, no food for a country. Ask the question bluntly, answer really humbly. What would you do for money? Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money.
How can they say the world is mine when I had to slave for minimum wage at a 9 to 5? You think I would be out the question? There's no telling when it comes to our loved ones. Fantasies of not worrying week after week of what our family's gonna eat. Is that really too much to ask for? Is that really too much to ask for? You gotta rob and stealing just to enjoy a feeling of what it means to not be poor.
Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Yeah, that blood on that money. Yeah, that blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Coins in the piggy bank like blood on that money. Woo! 1, 2, Fab, huh? Displaying truth when I tread through a booth. I thrust cues. They push P's and they phony can't call it. There's a large disconnect propelling these lines, and every single word I speak is flexible. I'm hungry. Margaret Karandi on the road for gold. Yearn to feed the country, do it humbly with the humming. I'm becoming a beacon that gleams, a vessel that seems. I weave through the night and reach for the light. Materialize things unseen from the world for your eyes. The colors in sight, add the black and the white. It's the view for my height, and for some it's too bright. Shouldn't leave the price fight. Fab. Don't get KO'd in an instant. I'ma fight it through the right and good and jab it any smooth and staying groovy. Though a bruiser, I maneuver through the sewers. They call the game. That might be golden, it's in my booth. Ink that might be golden, we call that truth. Yeah, we call that truth. My pen holding truth. Ink that might be golden, it's in my booth. Ink that might be golden, we call that truth. Yeah, we call that truth. My pen holding truth. Ink that might be golden, it's in my booth. Ink that might be golden, we call that truth. Yeah, we call that truth. My pen holding truth. They read you with blindfolds and think they got footholds. In my hands I behold truth. For those that can get bold, think that they control the shape of the mold. Think that they sold their show as reality. I'm not buying the fallacies.
Means
rain on leaves, too many treasure in them riches. Precious dust and dirt, they only ride away. Seeking on a mission for a garden, streams of water filling voids and things that's missing. Grief of paper, chasing vapor out of breath and trying to pave away. The pavement gave solid grounds to stomp on, yet we stumble over serpents, wrestling the leaves, they no longer green. I jot on paper, white as clouds, I try overheads, a colder lead, anxiety stamped on branches, that's my nature and my loaf of bread. One wavers with the wind, playing monkey on the wood, that's your coffin, I got nails and I would build a bed. Eternal rest for the thoughtless, every victim of the weather. Heavy thunders put together, leaving souls just like a feather, floating light from the skies up above where I write. And I'm feeling the pressure that comes to the series. It sits on my shoulders and glides with the vultures that's fired from skies, peeking up just to scoop what I write. Can't handle rhymes, naked scavengers, deep plugs, more floating feathers. Just another soul that try to mess with Fab. Dreams, walking in my sleep, floating on a cloud, got me finding what I seek. Wear my heart on my sleeve, I see bubbles filled with thoughts pop. The air holds the unseen, things unclean, intentions fueled with malice. Rolling down a hill is the head of the king. What do I see? A queen, blood on the diamonds on her crown, it's a scene. A nation starts to bleed as she reads new regulations. Word got around, reaching every town, then the children intervene. Riots at the palace, cursing coming from the crowd scream. The firstborn shall have it as she stares at her reflection. It's greed that stares right back, a self-made heaven where the grass isn't green but the money is. Brand new routines and off with the heads of the once obscene. She's much more happy, so it seems, every morning in the scripture as she reads repentance on her mind. The court's got new leads as the life of a queen turns a new leaf. The eldest of the queen is now an enemy. Blood against blood, the ruling of a nation now up in the air. A wise man at the gate who lives at the mud, consoled lost royalty to face a true judge. Long time since she budged, but she was touched, smiling as she faces punishment to atone for what she's done. Was it worth spilling blood? Aside from the conflict with her son, celebration, they begin to sing songs. She stares in the distance of the day, it's a dream. What's a queen who's treated as a slave gotta say when the king walks in the room and asks her what's wrong? She was lost. Dreams, walking in my sleep, floating on a cloud, got me finding what I seek. Wear my heart on my sleeve, I see bubbles filled with thoughts pop. The air holds the unseen, things unclean, intentions fueled with malice. Rolling down the hill is the head of the king. The head of the king. Dreams, 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 dreams. I've been walking in my sleep lately. Dreams, the present, there's no wrong in waiting. Dreams, I've been walking in my sleep lately. Dreams, the present, there's no wrong in waiting. Dreams, I've been walking in my sleep lately. Dreams, the present, there's no wrong in waiting. Dreams, I've been walking in my sleep lately. Dreams, the present, there's no wrong in waiting. Dreams, I've been walking in my sleep lately. Dreaming of the present, there's no wrong in waiting. Dreams, I've been walking in my sleep lately. Dreaming of the present, there's no Fab. These rappers be blowing me, they tremble on their knees. think they praying to the Lord, but I be pointing them to Jesus. Think they rather hear my thesis, jot some words and leave them grievous. Another rapper eulogy, simply painting what the scene is. Type of fly you've never seen is ghostly rhythms for the soul. Vanish and I go on a starry night, sifting through the almond blossoms, rooted planted trees in my verses. It's reflections. I'm a poet and a painter for the soul, son. It's the shogun, not just a slogan. My pen the token that values records broken. Second chances, cause the gold that's spoken. My page is golden, could never hold in the truths I'm holding. These fools be molding clay of chaos, but then be folding. When faced with fable, I'm turning tables. I got my legs up, my cross cables, creating competence, fable logging consequences, ominous. We get activated, so step to me if you don't wanna make your destination, huh?
It's yet to late. I settle in.
1 2 mic check. Fab.
It's yet to late. The noonday sun.
I'm looking in the eyes, I'm free from every lie. I sight aligned with time and truth was never hiding. Love inside my pupils, earth is in my eyes, and light gleams off the darkest sides of our nature's trees. Planet talking breeze, touching every leaf, summon called relief, staring at the peace, knowing it won't cease. Freedom of conceit, making all complete in the wind, a sail that doesn't spin, jumping with the joy that's coming from within the windows of our souls. Praise like violins, the gaze begins to play the strings inside my heart, the melody of our created for a purpose, chanting through the chaos, singing in the circus, sunny notes floating in the air, moon providing glare. I see day and night, I see black and white, it's duality, it's just me and her, stuck in time and mother nature, unity of identities. I see new creation, I feel new elation. This the love and waiting, this the God and patience, this the hope and praying. She's the home and safety, stopping, going, pacing, strengthening all I'm facing. Peaceful roses waving, doing love and bathing. She's my everything I've been embracing.